All right. I think we should be live. I think we're live at this point. So far, so good. This is great. I'm so glad this came together for so many of you. It'll be great to at least see you maybe in the chat or on the text to know that you're here. We'll start right at 6 o'clock. So this is going to be fantastic. So if you're okay with it and you'd like to let me know that you're here, you can either make a comment or I'll be by my phone so you can text me. You can also text if you so choose. So the big moment's about to begin, 6 o'clock. We should have people here from 7 different states at a minimum. So I am looking forward to that. And lots to go over. Excellent. I see Kathleen is logged in here. That's fantastic. Right on time, no less. That's great. Yes. From Alaska, checking in. I can't believe it. It's all coming together. This is great. This is great. And we'll start very soon. I've got a lot of props here. I gave a little preview of my props on my Facebook page, so maybe you took a look. We have a lot of business to go through, going through all of these props, but I guarantee it'll be entertaining at a minimum. I only wish that I could see everybody on Facebook Live, which I don't do too often. In fact, this is only the second time I've done it. I know that it's a one-way visual. You see me, I don't see you, but it's great to know that you are here. This is fantastic. Yes, checking in from Massachusetts. That's great. Excellent, right on time. Yes, from Merrimack, New Hampshire, very close to home. This is fantastic. Welcome, Zach, and everyone. We'll go over everybody. We've got so many special guests today viewing. It's really going to be extraordinary. I can't wait to call out everybody that's on this Facebook Live. That is for sure. And again, going through all the props on a cold night, 21 degrees here in Merrimack. Last I checked, probably colder now, but very frigid, that's for sure. And I'm sure it is in all of your ends of the world as well. All right, certainly appreciate you checking in. From Maryland, fantastic, excellent. Not to be confused with DC. Actually, that would make 8 states, so that's great. I had you down as Virginia, so Maryland, that makes 8. This is all the better coming from Maryland, that area. All right, we're going to give it a couple more minutes. Yes, Christine, I'm sure, says hello, and Kendall too. Looking forward to that. All right, we're getting close here. Those chimes you hear are about a minute or 2 off. And Elise is here all the way from Tennessee. Good to have you on. My goddaughter, no less. Actually, I've got a godson on here too. Gabriel is on. So this is getting very exciting. Very, very exciting. Just have to be sure to manage all these things. Make sure there's nothing on the screen to the right of me. Juggling a lot. It'd be nice if I could have an assistant, but of course everybody's hunkering down. So they're all in their own homes. But maybe next time when things loosen up a bit, we can have this in person. Instead of through Facebook Live. All right. Excellent. Seeing as though it's 6 o'clock, let's get this meeting started. So this is a story time, which has been featured by the Nashua Area Federated Republican Women. And so they are asking all of their members to host a story time. And I remember when I was approached with this request, I said, well, that's a great idea, but I want to be sure that people get to see it. And so I remember inviting so many people from 8 different states at a minimum to be here and to watch. So it looks like everyone is checking in, and this is great. Mary there. Oh, Tookie, yes, from Massachusetts. David Roy in New Hampshire, of course, very local. So let's call this Nashua Area Federated Republican Women's Storytime Live, featuring yours truly, Representative Maureen Mooney, to order. How's that? All right, let's start with a Pledge of Allegiance. I have a little flag here, and we can all do it in your own homes, but let's see who in the chat would like to lead the Pledge of Allegiance right there in your own home. Who would like to lead the Pledge of Allegiance, which we will do in just a moment here. Let me see who is going to do that in the chat. I'll wait just momentarily to see who is brave enough to lead the Pledge of Allegiance from your own home. All right, I'm keeping my eye on it. Who's it going to be? Otherwise, I could assign, that's for sure. All right, how about Sophia from Alaska? How about Sophia lead us in her home, the Pledge of Allegiance? So let's stand. Here is the flag, and we are going to make the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excellent. And thank you, Sophia. Nice. I see that in the chat that she did. Excellent. Well, again, this is just extraordinary. But before we begin, I just want to give a shout out to a really good friend of mine. You see, I've been working on a couple of designs for some fleece jackets. And in fact, I'm wearing one right now, and I want to show it to you. It has the seal of the state of New Hampshire on it, as well as my title, State Representative, and right underneath that, my name. So I picked the color and I picked the design, and my friend Sal Colucci, he's at Fully Promoted in Bedford. He put it all together and did a spectacular job. He'd be more than happy to do the same thing for other state representatives or former state representatives if you're interested. Here is his contact information. I will put that on my Facebook page after this. I want to show you another design he did that came out spectacular. Look at this, my campaign logo on another red fleece. So I am just thrilled with the way these designs came out. It took a lot of work and time, but Sal and company at Fully Promoted in Bedford, he's a Merrimack resident, did a spectacular job. So thank you, Sal. And I hope that fellow candidates and fellow reps will also want their own edition, and they can contact Sal to get that. He would love to help you. Okay, there's that. Now, 8 states are present here. This is so exciting. You know, I know we're all in our own homes and things are getting canceled, but tonight is on the lighter side of things. So let's just, enjoy the evening. We're all together. It's like a nationwide party, really, getting together like this so creatively. So let me tell you who's from which states, and I have a map here, a map to tell you and to point out who is from where. So we're going to start with where we are, okay? We are in, and by the way, big shout out to my sister, Margaret Roy and David, who helped me put together this map. Couldn't have done it without them, so thank you, Margaret and David. Okay, so where I am right now, I am in New Hampshire. It is this yellow right here, okay? Also in New Hampshire with me is David Roy. Okay, he's plays for the Tomahawks here at Merrimack High. He's here. I see him in the chat. Also, Zach is here. Zach and we once met to discuss the Electoral College. And I'll tell you, he is a pro at the Electoral College. If you ever have a question, I recommend you ask Zach. And I know that Zach's sibling Ty is probably here, his brother Ty. So hello, Ty, and it's great to have you with us. All right, next we're gonna go. Who else is here watching this? Massachusetts, just south of New Hampshire, Massachusetts, right there. Hopefully you can see that. You know where that is? So I want to give special mention to my great nieces and nephews. I always knew I was a great aunt, but they proved it. Okay, Riley, Tommy, Luke, and Juliana. Let's hear it from them, from Massachusetts. All right, we're going to keep going down the coast here into Maryland. Oh, actually, before that, we're going to go to New Jersey. New Jersey is right here in yellow. All right, you can see that. It has a very nice coastal line because this is the Atlantic Ocean, so this is New Jersey. And who's in New Jersey? Mary, who was here once to play with those toys. Hopefully she remembers. And Gabriel. So Mary and Gabriel from New Jersey. And Gabriel is my godson. So this is also exciting to all be together here. Oh, good. Ping did the pledge too. This is fantastic. Ty and Ping, both. This is great. They're from New Hampshire. All right. Next, we're going to keep moving here to Maryland. Maryland is right here. All right. Kind of close to New Jersey, actually. You could probably make that a day trip to visit each other. And who's in Maryland? My great niece, Christine. My great niece, Kendall. So welcome, welcome. And I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you all soon. All right, let's keep going. Virginia, right there. One of the original colonies, okay? Keep going south here in Virginia. Who's in Virginia? I'll tell you. Joseph, Bridget, Regina, and Genevieve. Yes, they are in Virginia, and they were here. They visit us once, and so I look forward to hopefully having them visit us again. All right, then we're going to go to Tennessee. Tennessee is right here in the yellow. We're hitting a lot of yellow here. Who's in Tennessee? Elise, my niece, my goddaughter, and also my niece, Christy, and her husband, Daniel. So hello to you in Tennessee. Hope it's a little warmer than it is here in New Hampshire. All right, we're going to keep going. But you know what? We have to go back. We got to go to Connecticut. We have to go to Connecticut. So we're going to go back up the coast to Connecticut. And who is there? I will tell you. Madeline, Philip, Harrison. In the Constitution State of Connecticut. I went to high school with your mom, and so good to see you, or good to have you on. All right, keep going here. We are going to go now, I'm going to make a huge trip, and that is all the way from New Hampshire, cross country, keep going cross country, up through Canada to Alaska, the great state of Alaska, the last frontier state. And who is there? Sophia, who led the pledge, Eric, Johan, Celia, and Wally joining us from Alaska. This is so exciting. And the interesting thing is there are different time zones involved here. We've got the East Coast attendees, but in Alaska, it's different. In the chat, let us know what time it is in Alaska, because you really had to adjust your schedule to make this work. So that would be great to have all of that in the chat. All right, so as you can see, we have some great guests. Also want to mention if Lynette Peterson is on the call. Lynette Peterson, she's in Texas, so it's possible we have a Texan on the line as well. And if you're on there, Lynette, we certainly miss your talk show on local cable TV, Late Night with Lynette. All right, so that's where we're all from. Next, we're going right through everything here. It's 2:10 in Alaska. There is the answer. So today's idea, the background story on it, is that this idea came from the Nashua Area Federated Republican Women. It's a club, a group, and it's out of Nashua. Right now, the president of the group is Representative Janine Nodder. She has been in the House of Representatives for several years. She lives right here in Merrimack. She's the majority whip this session. She's also a longtime host of the show on local cable TV called Chattin' with Janine. So she is the president of the Nashua Area Federated Republican Women, and she asked all of us members to do this story time. With that, I want to tell you the first story, and it involves this item here, this clock. Now, this beautiful clock, which as you can see is keeping accurate time, and it has a star, okay, that's going back and forth. But it was awarded to me, and it says an engraving on the bottom. I'm trying to show it to you, but it's a little difficult. It was awarded to me. It says in the engraving, Maureen Mooney, NAFRW 2007 Republican Woman of the Year. In 2007, I was named the Republican Woman of the Year by the Nashua Area Federated Republican Women. Now, here's the interesting twist to the story. At the meeting, when I was awarded this clock, it was the first meeting of the Nashua Area Federated Republican Women that Representative Janine Nodder ever attended. And now she's the president of the organization. So it just goes to show you, you just never know. And to always get involved and to do your best there in leadership positions and otherwise, and try something new. You may find it very fulfilling. So Janine Nodder, thank you so much for all you do for the NAFRW and for the town of Merrimack. What a great person to have here in Merrimack, and that is our very own Representative Janine Nodder. Hopefully she's on today, and all the best. Thank you so much for that. All right, next I have a very special guest who I'm going to get soon. Some of you have met her, okay? Some of you have met her. Some of you have watched her, and some of you will meet her. So let's see in the chat if you know who it is I'm about to bring out. And I'm going to go get her while you log in the chat who I'm about to bring out. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, hopefully we have some guesses. Okay, here she is. Here she is. Did anyone guess it correct? Nobody got it? Oh my God, yes. It's Belle. Belle the toy poodle. And I know that some of you, again, have met her. Some of you have watched her. And some of you have, will meet her. So this is Belle, the toy poodle, short for Liberty Belle. Short for Liberty Belle. We just call her Belle for short. Now, here's the thing. Belle likes to wear these, see, she's all interested, around her neck, like a little necklace. And she has them in many different colors. And so I'm going to let you decide which color she's going to wear tonight. So the ones I brought out, blue, dark blue. Now you decide which one she should wear. Red, I hope the color comes out, red. Yellow, yellow. Look at, she's very interested. She wants to know which one you're going to pick for her to wear. So let's see in the chat, okay, in the chat, which color you think she should wear tonight. Let's take a look. Okay, we've got some votes coming in. Very interactive here. We've got some votes coming in. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We've got several people making their voices heard. And I hope those of you that remember her, I hope she still looks the same and everything. She got a haircut for the occasion, so it was a very special occasion for her. She's been looking forward to this. All right, look at this, all these chats going on, all part of the interactive fun. All right, excellent, thank you, very good. Let's see, I'm gonna let her pick. Okay, I'll let her pick. She's read which ones, she's read all of your chats, so let's see which one she chooses, okay? So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna see which one she chooses. All right, you're gonna choose one, you're gonna choose this. Oh, she has chosen one. She has chosen red. She did it. She read your chats. She knows which one, and so she selected it. So we'll start with this one. Maybe we'll get into another one later. But let's see what she'll look like wearing the red as you requested. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. She loves that. Loves that. So I knew this would be a big hit in terms of having a special guest, and that is Belle, short for Liberty Belle. Okay, Liberty Belle. All right. Excellent. Another thing about the Nashua Area Federated Republican Women, I just want to show you this beautiful ornament, beautiful, on the occasion of 100 years, 100 years since women got the right to vote in our country. And this was for sale in the State House gift shop. And to commemorate that, you can see those suffragettes there with their American flag. And that says 100th anniversary. So that's very special and made in the USA. So very, very nice. All right. Now we are going to choose a story. Okay, now there are so many good books out there for children that it is very, very hard to not to know which one to choose from. So I have some of my favorites here, some of my absolute favorites. Okay, this one is called House Mouse, Senate Mouse, and it's a book takes you through the whole process of how a bill becomes a law. Really amazing. Good work there. And it's written and illustrated by Peter Barnes and Cheryl Barnes. Okay. A book of poetry, one of my all-time favorites by Robert Louis Stevenson. A Children's Garden of Verses. Excellent book. Very short poems in here, but I highly recommend it if we don't get to it today. All right. One of my all-time favorites when I was a youngster, Ezra Jack Keats' The Snowy Day. Also, as you can see, a recipient of the Caldecott Award. So this is very good in terms of a piece of children's literature. Excellent. Funny story about this book, actually. When I was young, I liked this book so much that I took it out of the library repeatedly. And then it got to the point that the librarian said that I ran out on my amount of times that I could take the book out. So I had to return it, and I ended up getting my own copy. So it has a good ending, but sort of funny. I just really enjoyed this book. Okay, look at this. Can't believe it. Marvin K. Mooney. Will you please go now? Believe it or not, Dr. Seuss has a character named after me. I'm not even sure if you knew about that. Let's see in the chat here. Oh, we read the book yesterday in school. Wow, what a coincidence. The Snowy Day. Marvin K. Mooney, you can see him here. He's a little character, no relation. Even though some people say we may look alike. I don't know about that, but bottom line is there's actually a Seuss character, Marvin K. Mooney. I'll be interested as to how many of you knew that, because it's not a Seuss book that you hear about too often, so I'd be curious. All right. And this is the original one I was going to read, but then I thought, there are so many good selections. It's so difficult. Oh, The Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Okay, and this is often read when people graduate, or it's given to graduates when they're moving on and going to new places. So, oh, The Places You'll Go. In fact, these two books sort of go together because Marvin K. Mooney is leaving, but who knows the places he will go when he leaves where he is. So you can see a general theme there with our beloved Dr. Seuss. All right, we are getting a lot of good feedback here, and just your thoughts on which book we should read tonight. Let's see. Okay, vote for The Snowy Day, right. The Duzens love that book. Awesome, from Connecticut. And that would be Madeline, Philip, and Harrison. Excellent. Lots of favorites. In fact, so from Virginia, okay, and that would be Joseph and Regina and Bridget and Genevieve. Their mom had two other recommendations. George Washington's Breakfast by Jean Fritz, and We the People by Peter Spear. So, a couple good ones there. All right. Excellent. Snowy Day. Excellent. All right. Love that from New Jersey. Mary and Gabriel are coming right in there with their selection. So are Christine and Kendall. This is great. Snowy Day. Excellent. All right. Tell you what. Why don't we start with The Snowy Day, okay? Excellent choice. And it's good for today. There's snow on the ground. I'm sure there's a lot of snow on the ground where all of you are from. None of you are from very warm climates, so I'm guessing you all have snow. And we're expecting some additional snow this Monday and this Tuesday. So this is a very appropriate book called The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. So here we go. I'm just going to get this all queued up. All right. All right, here we go. The Snowy Day. Maybe if you have the book, you can get it and you can follow along. It's possible some of you have the book. I wouldn't be surprised. And then you can follow along. All right. Look at that. Snow everywhere. Snow. Just as you open it up, you can't even see any words. You can't even see any pictures. It's just lots of snow. All right. The Snowy Day. There he is, Peter, the star of the book, going down a slope on what? A snowy day. Thank you, Anne. Excellent. All right, here we go. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. And there's Peter sitting on his bed, looking out at the snowy day. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out like this. And there's the example, toes pointing out. He walked with his toes pointing in like this. Look at that, another example. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. And he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. So there are his tracks with his feet. And then he added something to make a third track. Wonder what it is. It was a stick. Of all things, it was a stick. A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Look at that. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. Look at that. And there he continues to walk, making tracks in the snow. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough, not yet. Though some of you may be old enough, and some of you maybe not be old enough to have a snow fight. Snowball fight. So he made a smiling snowman. There he is. And he made angels. Look at that. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big tall heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down. He picked up a handful of snow and another, and still another. He packed it round and firm and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. And he thought and thought and thought about them. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. There he is going to bed. But we all know what happened to that snowball in his pocket. We all know, go into a warm house with a snowball in your pocket, that isn't going to work, right? While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. Look at that. Double snow day. Who doesn't like that? After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. And there they are, two friends going on yet another adventure. A new day, a new adventure with a new snow. And that is the snowy day. Let's hear it. Wow, great suggestion. Great suggestion. Great classic book. I want to point out something too while I have your attention. Those of you in New Jersey, that's Mary and Gabriel, okay? Your grandmother gave me this vase, and it looks so nice in my home. I look at it every day. I have permanent flowers in there, and your grandma, Miller, gave me this vase as a wedding present. And so I want to definitely show that to you, and you can tell your grandma that you saw it on Facebook Live, all right? So that's for Mary and Gabriel. Excellent. All right. It's 6:30, but you know, I'm up for doing yet another book. And this one about the legislative process, House Mouse and Senate Mouse. It has a lot of humor in it already, just by the title alone. Who would be interested in listening to that? Let's see what we have in the chat. Joe Helzer, yes. Huge smile, not just a little icon, but a big emoji. It's great. All right. Excellent. I think we're going to go with it. Because I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, wow, time flies. Let's have another one. So here we go. This is House Mouse, Senate Mouse. Proudly presenting, are you ready for this? The squeaker of the House and the Senate Mouse Majority Leader. Unbelievably creative. The Capitol, How Our Laws Are Made. So this was written and illustrated by Peter and Cheryl Barnes. And I see in the chat too that Ping and Ty and Zach, I think, requested this book too. So this is great. Look at this. There's your House Mouse, your Senate Mouse. They're in front of the Capitol building, which is in Washington, D.C. On the back, the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. But in New Hampshire, we have the State House, which is in Concord. Looks a little similar, but they're a little different. Okay, here we go. Excellent. Elise is excited. It's nice to have my goddaughter who's listening. That's great. All right. And also, I hope Riley and Tommy and Luke and Juliana are all still with us and listening attentively. All right, here we go. And yes, Madeline, Philip Harrison, this is great. And Kendall and Christine, this is just I feel like I'm having a party. Even though I can't see any of you and it's a one-sided screen, it still feels like a party. Okay, here we go. America's mice, if you can believe this, have a government, too, with presidents, senators, and Congress mice who are elected, debate, and vote the popular will. It's a rodent republic on Capitol Hill. Creativity in these books is really amazing. There's a Capitol there that looks just like our own. A mouse house and Senate of column and stone. Mouse masons and workers copied every detail from the tip of the dome down to every last nail. Okay, so as you can see, this is a story about mice who have a government very similar to that of humans. One day in Maureens, not to be confused with Missouri, which is near Tennessee, but Maureens, a wonderful state. A teacher, Miss Tufts, at about 8:30, told her class, settle down everyone, sit up straight. There's a special assignment and it must not be late. The class all together, for worse or for better, must write to our Congress an interesting letter. You ought to get started, not later, but soon, for you must turn it in by this Thursday at noon. So she is giving them a homework assignment, and it has a due date. Well, the children, excited, did not waste a minute, working hard on their letter and what to put in it. For 3 classes straight, they wrote and they read. Then the letter was finished, and here is what it said. Dear Congress, we think there should be, if you please, a law to establish a national cheese. We like this idea. We hope it will pass. Yours sincerely, Miss Tuft Mouse's 2nd grade class. Isn't that something? I think Luke might be in 2nd grade. So this is going to be a story about his class. And I think we probably have some others in 2nd grade. All right. Miss Tuft Mouse, of course, gave the letter an A and mailed it to Congress the very next day, where it went to the mailroom, where mail comes in crates from Missouri, Mississippi, and other mouse states. Okay. There they all are. Look at that, busy as bees in the mailroom. The post mouser took it to Longworth McMouse, the capable, confident squeaker of the house. A copy was rushed across to the Senate to the Mouse-jority leader, Russell Mouse Bennett. Then Longworth called Russell, as quick as a blink, a national cheese. Well, what do you think? Good idea. The Mouse-jority leader said back, we'll draw up a bill to get it on track. This is amazing. I wish bills in New Hampshire passed as easy as they do in this town, I'll tell you. By the way, correction, looks like Luke is in 4th grade. My mistake, I thought he was in 2nd. So Luke is in 4th grade, representing Massachusetts here. And Mary in New Jersey, she's in 2nd. So she is in 2nd grade. She can relate to this. And thank you. Jocelyn wants to know if there was a Massachusetts. I haven't come across that yet, but something tells me that there is. All right. To make a new law, Congress starts with a bill, a document written with care and with skill. To find the right words, mouse assistants begin. At the Library of Congress, the books found within. Unbelievable graphics here and illustrations. This is just amazing. I'd be curious if anybody has heard of this book before, those of you who are on. Okay, look at that. Look at that. All the mice in Congress. Isn't that something? There they are, fully assembled. Next, a committee considers the bill, for it just isn't finished or ready until the members discuss it, make changes and more, then finally send it along to the floor, meaning all the mice get to vote on it. Isn't that something? Thank you. Yes. All right. That's the floor of each chamber, the Senate and House. That's where each senator and each Congress mouse gets to vote on the bill, and if enough do, the president signs it, if he likes it, too. Remember, to pass a bill, you've got to have the House pass it, the Senate pass it, the president sign off. In the state, it's the House, it's the Senate, it's the governor. But it's not always easy for all to agree on just what a bill should do, say, or be. For example, the bill for a national cheese caused a big disagreement, a lot of unease. That happens. What happens? Some mice wanted cheddar to take the top spot. Some mice wanted Roquefort, but others said not. Some said Parmesan. Some couldn't care less. So many opinions and such a big mess. Those of you who are legislators or who have been in the legislature know this is very true. This is a true part. This story was based on a true story. That I can assure you. Just when it seemed things couldn't get bleaker, the Mouse-jority leader agreed with the squeaker to gather the brightest on Capitol Hill to figure out how they could rescue the bill. Okay? They don't want this bill to die. They don't want this bill to not happen, so they're going to try to work together on an agreement to get it to pass. Okay. The rotunda was packed, a good place to meet, when Senator Thurmouse rose to his feet. The oldest and wisest in Congress by years, the squeaker, the leader, the rest were all ears. Our mouse founding fathers, he said. And look at that. Look at that. They are portrayed. The mice are looking just like our founding fathers in the United States. We're so wise. They founded our nation around compromise. They wrote it all down in the Mouse Constitution. So after much thought, I propose this solution. We are city mice, country mice, large mice, and small. We like many cheeses. In fact, like them all. But we're Americans first. So now, if you please, let's agree that American is our national cheese. There it is. Isn't that something? Someone comes up with a great idea like that, and the next thing you know, others think it's a good idea too. Bravo, they all shouted. Hooray, they yelled twice. What a good compromise. What terrific advice. In the House and the Senate, it passed right away. And the president signed it the very next day. That is rare. That's rare. So you know that that was a really good bill of compromise because it went right through, sailed right through. And back in Missouri, where everything started, because remember, every law starts with an idea that becomes a bill. Miss Tuft Mouse's class was very warm-hearted. Look, children, look, she said. Isn't it grand? We live in a wonderful, wonderful land. And there is Miss Tuft Mouse's classroom, second grade. Is Mary in that class? I don't know. I'm looking. I don't know. I don't see her. Maybe another second grade class, but same grade level. And there you have it. House Mouse, Senate Mouse. Excellent choice. What a great book. Really takes everybody right through it. All right, a few more things to show you. A few more things. I want you to know that I went to high school with Madeline, Harrison, and also Philip's mom, okay? I went to college with Sophia, Eric, Johan, Celia, and Wally's mom, as well as Mary and Gabriel's mom, as well as Joseph, Bridget, Regina, and Genevieve's mom. So I want to show you a couple things. Here are some pictures of where we went to college. I don't know if anybody has ever gotten to see this. I put this together. The college is right here in Merrimack, where I am. You may remember this, the White House in a beautiful autumn scene, Thomas More, the library, where we had a lot of good memories, of course. And this is a shed, actually, on the property of our college that dates back to 1726. So I hope this brings back a lot of great memories. That's right. I also went to college with Sophia and Eric and Johan and Celia and Wally's dad, too. Mom and the dad. Don't want to forget that. In fact, I was the first person their dad spoke to when he arrived at Thomas More. He reminded me of that fact, and I remember that, so that was good. Got him. I've got him, man. That's great. All right, so there's the college. Now I'm going to show you this one from the high school. So I went to high school with Madeline and Philip and Harrison's mom. And so this is our high school here. Here's the view from the hill. We had a big gym on top of a hill, and we could look out on the campus. And so that's what it looked like when we were on top of the hill by the gym. And then This is the high school building. And then this is the front door entryway to another building that was adjacent to our high school, the convent there. So that was really a nice campus. And I put those pictures in a real nice frame. So hopefully, if you're watching and you've been there or you went there, you will recognize those photos. All right, this was fantastic. What a great turnout. I am so happy this all came together and we were able to do this on a night that we were all able to come. I wish, again, I could see you all. That's the only problem here is I can't see you, but I know you're there per the chat, and I hope you had a fun time. So I want to thank you again. I want to thank again the Nashua Area Federated Republican Women for all that they do, Representative Janine Nodder for all she does as president of that group. And at this point, I think we'll call it a night. So I want to wish you all a really good night. So glad you joined in, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. All right. Thank you again.